Hey guys, I'm Hayden.
I'm Jacob.
Welcome back to Fitness Tested.
And today we'll be reviewing our favorite cross-country spikes of 2025.
So at Fitness Sports here, we have a ton of running shoes. So trainers are used for your practices, for your long runs, for your workouts. We made a whole separate video on our favorite cross-country trainers. But our spikes, Jacob, what do you think about our spikes? Why do we need spikes in cross-country?
Yeah, so spikes are what you're gonna pull out for race day. So your daily trainers use that for all your mileage on the roads, on the trails. But when it comes to race day, you need a good pair of cross-country spikes. And the big reason for that is the weight savings you get from it, and also the traction. They're gonna have specialized traction in spikes like the Dragonfly XC at the bottom, and you also have your specialized spikes that you're gonna have put in just for better grip and just having that lightweight feel for race day, to throw down some good PRs.
For sure. Okay, so let's get into our favorite entry-level spikes. So this is the Nike Rival XC. This is Nike's entry-level spike, comes in at $70. If you've never worn a spike before, I think this is great because it feels sort of like a shoe in the sense that it's comfortable, but it's also gonna give you a lot of grip on the cross-country course. It's not as responsive as Nike's and other brands' advanced level spike, but obviously it's because it's gonna be a little bit heavier, it's gonna feel more like a shoe. So for that reason, I think it's great if it's your first cross-country spike, it's first time racing cross-country, and $70 price point, so that's really good for a spike.
Yeah, we got another entry-level spike from New Balance, the Fuel Cell XC7 V5s. So these are gonna have all the characteristics of an XC spike with the reinforced upper, that more grippy outsole, for the muddy conditions you can get on a cross-country course. Obviously the spike holes for those 3/8 inch spikes for race day. And for the foam, it used the Fuel Cell foam. It is gonna be a different blend than in their race day shoes, like with the Super Trainers, because they really do mix it up in terms of the blend of the PIBA in each of their midsoles. But it is gonna be more of that lightweight, responsive midsole for the XC7s. And this is great for any entry-level cross-country runner looking to throw down a PR for race day.
The next entry-level spike we have for you is the Saucony Havoc XC. So this guy's obviously a Saucony entry-level spike. I really like it because the bottom of it is super durable and grippy, which if you're someone that likes a little bit more grip on the grass, on the cross course, this is a good spike for you. It's obviously gonna have those 6 spike holes as well. But this guy I think is great if you like a little bit more grip. It's gonna feel more like a shoe, obviously, compared to some advanced level spikes, but great cross spike right here.
Yeah, and another notable one from Saucony are the Saucony Kilkennys, and those are gonna be a little bit less aggressive plate, slightly more foam underfoot, so a little bit heavier, but that's gonna be better for more of the entry level. These are slightly more advanced, but still good for entry level spike, both at that $85 price range. All right, so now Hayden and I are gonna dive into the more advanced level cross-country spikes. What I've got here are the Dragonfly XCs. They're still on the first iteration of these shoes. They've been out for the past couple years or so. And because Nike originally released the Dragonfly, just the regular Dragonfly, for all of the track events, and most people also just use that for all their cross-country races too. And then they released the Dragonfly XC, which the difference between the Dragonfly XC and the regular Dragonflies, the primary differences are the upper, which for the Dragonfly XCs, it's gonna be a lot more reinforced in some of those high wear areas. On the side, just so a lot of time on the cross-country course, it can get pretty messy and some sloped hills where you can roll your ankle. So it's more reinforced for that reason. Also more reinforced at the toes because you can tend to bust through the toes on those tough cross-country courses. And the other big differentiator with the Dragonfly XCs is the grip on the bottom. It is gonna have different grip, and it's gonna have the same spike hole. Actually, it's a different spike hole setup with 6 spikes opposed to the now 4 in the Dragonfly 2s. So it is just a lot better gauge for cross-country course in terms of the grip being more reinforced. It is gonna use all of that same setup in the midsole with the ZoomX foam and the plate running through the midsole as well, just for that light, snappy ride.
Yep, so obviously I've got the Nike Dragonfly 2 in my hand, like Jacob was saying. So both spikes are gonna have, the same midsole, same plastic plate running throughout. But this guy's a little bit lighter, and I think like if you're running on like cross-country courses that are like just a golf course or pretty smooth grass, like you're not running on rocks, you're not running through like rough terrain, I think this guy will work great, especially with how light it is. I think it's comfortable for me on the cross course. One thing that, which I referenced in a video earlier, the biggest difference between the Dragonfly 1 and the Dragonfly 2 here is how comfortable the shoe is, especially the arch area. They made a lot more comfortable, and there was just a lot of things that people complained about the Dragonfly 1 in terms of fit, causing blisters, it was causing some irritation in the shoe, and I feel like they really nailed it with the Dragonfly 2, which helps a lot on the cross course when you are like, it is unstable, you need that extra comfortability. So I think that really helps.
Yep.
Comfortability, bro, what did I just say?
Comfortability.
So on the cross course, I think this fit upgrade from the Dragonfly 1 to the Dragonfly 2 makes a big difference because you are a little unstable on the grass. So that's why I really do like this spike if you're on courses that aren't super technical. But both great options, both come in at $170.
Another honorable mention for the cross-country spikes for 2025 would be the On Cloud Spike XC, which this is a newer one that On released to be more specialized for cross-country opposed to track. This can use more of their advanced foam with the Helion foam, and it's gonna be lightweight, ready to roll for race day, and more for that advanced cross-country runner.
So all these spikes will come with 3/8 spikes, which is kind of the standard in cross country. If your course is super muddy or there's bad conditions, I would say you can put in a little bit of a longer spike or like a pyramid. So I think that'll work well for traction. So some people like going no socks on the track, but I think on the cross country course, I like wearing socks because obviously you're going through a lot more through that grass, like it's a rougher terrain, so you need to be a little bit easier on your feet. A thin sock like a Features Ultralight is gonna be perfect for cross-country course in a spike. I think it's also fun to kind of have like a specialty sock for only your races. It kind of makes it more special. So this is what I wear in my cross-country races. This is the Features Ultralight. We've got some fun colors here. Obviously we've got like some regular colors like a white, a black, or like a gray, but some fun colors here. So.
Yeah, I mean, the big thing it's gonna help with too is gonna be blister proof, which can be very prone to blisters with all the rubbing for race day. And then the other key part is the sweat wicking aspect. These are gonna have the sweat wicking materials with primarily nylon, 95% nylon, 5% spandex material in these. So that helps a lot, especially on the hot, humid summer days on the course. It can be pretty hot in August for the XC runners.
Yep, and like even like just like if you're on like a wet course, it's not gonna hold water like a cotton sock does, so it's gonna keep you relatively dry as much as it can.
Keep you more lightweight. I mean, yeah, with the cotton sock too, it's gonna just soak up the water like a sponge, and you're gonna be like weighing an extra pound just with the water soaked up in your sock. And yeah, with the thinner sock too, and also just in general for cross-country spikes, you will want to adjust your typical fit. So my standard fit for a daily trainer is a size 10. You wanna have the finger's length room. And then with the cross-country spikes for race day, you wanna have as snug of fit as possible, not too snug, not too loose. So I usually go down a half size, down to 9.5, and also with combination of the thinner sock too. You just wanna be very secure, snug fit to have the ideal race day fit and performance.
I'm Hayden.
I'm Jacob.
This was Fitness Tested. Thank you guys for watching. Today you learned all about our favorite cross-country spikes here at Fitness Sports. If you guys want to learn about our favorite cross-country trainers, check out this video right here.
Good luck to all your cross-country runners this year. If you want to perform at your best on race day, make sure to grab a good pair of XC spikes.